Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today what we're going to cover is just my kitchen setup and how I've adapted it to fit my needs. So I do live in a pretty small space, so I wasn't really able to get those roll under stove and sink and stuff, but I've adapted it so it works for me. So the first thing I want to touch on is this wonderful tray that I've been using. So I use this all the time in the kitchen. I also bring it when I go camping or anywhere because it's easy, it fits on my lap. It's got like an antique grip type of thing so it doesn't slide, and it's also got that at the top so it's easy to put things on and it doesn't slide around. And it's got the two handles on the side so it's easy to grab and put where you want to put it. So let's go first to the fridge. So I used to have a fridge that had like a door up top and then like the freezer up top and then the fridge part at the bottom, and obviously I wasn't able to reach the freezer. So the key is to get like a double door where you have the freezer on one side and the fridge on the other side. And then everywhere in the kitchen I've have those little like handles to like make it easy to open. So there we go, that's how I open the fridge door. And with the fridge, so normally the stuff that I use the most, obviously I'm going to put it in the door, like more of my drinks and stuff. I also really like those drawers to put things on, like my veggies and my cheese and whatever, bread or whatever you would need. It's got easy little handles to open things up. And then you can grab things in there. Like I normally like build support on my chair just because I have no abs, right? So so it's hard to have my equilibrium and stuff with that. So I'll bring this in here, bring those in there. If it's a little bit lower, it's a little bit harder. So I'll normally put also like my wheel locks on so I'm not wheeling everywhere while I'm trying to grab things. Just grabbing things in there, put it on my tray. With the kale, I also bring it up and use my teeth at times, or use the edge to kind of balance things out. And I can just put everything on my tray that I need and then roll back to my tray prep station, which I'll show you afterwards, to put all my stuff there and start prepping my food. Okay. Now going over to the freezer. So again, I have little handles where it makes it easy to open the door. And then I'll open the door. Can I move closer to the freezer door? Put my brakes on. And one thing that I've done since my injury is I actually have a day where, or an afternoon where I cook my meals and then freeze them. So it's just easy to take them out and put them in the convection oven and have my meal pretty much prepped as it goes, where I don't have too much to do. So the first thing to get them out, and only there's a drawer at the bottom that I open just in case it does fall so it doesn't break, because I'm using like glass reusable containers, so I minimize my waste. And again, to grab those things, balancing on my tray with my hand so I'm not falling all over the place, and then balancing on the edge to try and get it out. Everything's always a mission when you don't have abdominals. And yeah, those containers are just like super easy to open. You can just like lift it up, take the lid off, put some the cover on it and put it in the convection oven. If something was a little bit lower, like my bag of blueberries down there, would probably like lean forward, grab them, and then use my teeth to take it up. I mean, my teeth come in handy a lot of times. And same thing to put it back down. So that's freezer. So coming into the kitchen, the first thing that I switched was my stove. I used to have a stove with controls that were at the back, but obviously that did not work. So I got a stove with front controls. I also got a convection oven. It was just easier to put meals and stuff in there and warm them up and then take them out. Actually got those two little gloves as well, to where you put your hand into it, and it's easy to take your meals out that way, and just little hooks here to put those up. For the convection oven and other things, my good friend Jeff actually invented this wonderful device called the lifter, and I'll make another video going more in depth on how this thing actually works and how you're supposed to set it up. But yeah, basically it makes things easy to kind of like lift up and put down if you need to. So it's great to get things out of the oven where the door kind of comes out, and the door kind of comes out and you're supposed to lift things out, but I'll make some separate videos about that. So I also have a microwave, which I actually don't use, but on the microwave there is the vent that's over the stove. So if I need to put the vent on, I'll just press it on, set on high and on low. And then there's also the stove light that you can dim or put brighter if you wanted to. So that, then behind me here I have my coffee that I use, my Nesquik, also my oils. All my oils are in one of those containers that is just easy to pull out with the handles. And then I also have my rice cooker that's here. So I normally let the plugs out to be able to pull it up. It's easy to kind of grab and then put on my tray and bring where I need to bring. So this is just my rice cooker. And then I also have a can opener and a popcorn maker back there. Again, I'll grab the plugs to bring it up when I need to use it. And if I can't reach something, I have this wonderful thing that I got from Canadian Tire. I'll set myself up a little bit better because I'm in an awkward position here, but I normally will turn around here, put my brakes on, and use it to reach things that I can't reach. So like my bowls, it's just supposed to be a back scratcher, but works really well to grab things. Another thing that I did is all the drawers and everything, I just put little handles on it so it's easy to open. I also have this corner drawer here, which is like the tourniquet drawer. So it opens that way, and then you come in here and it's actually like a tourniquet type of thing to put all my pots and pans and everything else. So it's just easy to grab things if you need. Same thing at the bottom with all my bowls and stuff. And then coming into where for my plates and bowls. So I actually got this stand at IKEA where I put my plates and stuff on it. So it's like easy if I want to grab my little plates to bring those plates to the front to grab it and take that out. Same thing with the plates at the bottom or the bowls. In terms of the sink, I have this, it was originally meant for draining vegetables or draining things, but I actually use it to do the dishes because it brings the sink a little bit up. So it's easier to wash things rather than trying to like sink in there, especially because I don't have an adapted sink that and a counter that's slower for myself. And then coming in here, the dishwasher, definitely key. It definitely helps having that to just be able to load and unload rather than doing the dishes because the sink's a little bit too high. So the next thing here is my prep station. So my lovely brother actually made this and then we've installed it so it's at my height so I can actually get my food ready and it's at the right height to do that. Up top we've just put a shelf. Again, we got this from IKEA where it's got like little hooks to be able to put my cups there. I have my stand-up mixer in there. There's also this lovely contraption that hangs wine glasses, so it's easy to grab things. Up top also got this from IKEA. They're just little containers that I've put zap straps around to be able to store my rice or popcorn or anything else that you would want to eat. And then again, there's a little lever where it's just easy to open and dispense certain items into what you need. And then putting it back up there. So it's kind of easy. I have my cutting boards that are back here. And we'll get into everything that I've adapted a bit more in depth a little bit later. These little containers as well, there's a little bit of a handle on it, so it's easy to pull in and out, easy to put things in there, easy to bring down if you need to. And then coming closer to the fridge here, I got my spice rack kind of contraption. Again, this has been really handy. Just if you don't have a fridge, there's like those metallic things that you can put on your wall to actually put your magnetic spice rack up, and it's kind of easy to open things up where you can twist things up and dispense. Choose the dispensary mechanism I use, like so the little holes for more fine stuff or bigger holes if you need to expense more things. And easy to just put on the fridge and stuff. So now going into my kitchen adapted equipment. So one thing that I have that's really handy is a stand-up mixer, and it actually has a bunch of attachments that are good for like shredding vegetables and stuff. So what I do normally, I keep all the parts that attach into a box that I usually put underneath the table. So I have this lovely handy part where you just put different attachments to shred your vegetables with and stuff. It's just really handy. And I normally store that stuff just underneath the table here. Then coming in here, I got this electronic that also charges salt and pepper shaker. So there's the salt and pepper on the other side and then a button in the middle here to expense your salt or pepper. And then just put it back on the charger to make it charge. Then up top here there is my magnetic knife holder. So again, really handy to just store your knives. One of the knives that I used quite a bit is actually this knife called the Ulu knife. It's kind of easy to grip and cut things with. Otherwise, if I was gonna eat a steak or something, I'll have my steak knife here. In terms of utensils, I have a fork and spoon with a little bit of a handle on it. I don't have enough finger grip to be able to like really hold a fork, so I kind of need that handle to be able to put some pressure and do what I need to do with it. For cutting and everything, so what I would do is use my cutting board here. So my cutting board's got like a handle on the side, so it's easy to grab wherever you need to grab it. And then it's also got that anti-slip kind of thing, so it just, when you're cutting anything, so it's like sticking. And then I've also got some stainless steel nails that I've just nailed in there to be able to put my food onto it so it doesn't slip around. And then normally if I'm going to use a regular knife, so I'll have just like a glove that I'm putting on. And then I'll grab the knife that I want to use, put it in there in between my index and middle finger, and then tighten things up. And then only use my teeth to kind of place the knife where I want it. And that way I can just cut what I want to cut. So if I'm eating like a steak or anything, I'll have like my fork and my knife and just do what I need to do. And take it off, it's nice and easy. And put it back on the strip. My next thing is just my pots and pans. So with my pots and pans, with the lids, I put some slap straps to be able to take the lid off. And then all my pots and pans I've put down with some duct tape. I've put some duct tape at the end there to be able to slip my hand in there and then take my pots on and off the stove. Again, with that, you got to make sure that it's pretty sturdy so the duct tape doesn't flick off and you don't end up burning yourself. Then with I've done the same thing with my bowls. So my bowls that I have, it's got that anti-gripping thing that gripping thing at the bottom that prevents the bowl from sliding around. And then I've put a hole in the kind of edge of it to be able to like grab the bowl in and out, or easy to just move the bowl around if you need to. Another thing that's been really handy, and I got this at IKEA, I think, is just been my veggie or food strainer, where there's like two little holes on the side where you can put zap straps to lift it up, and then it's easy to just put your veggies in there and drain it, or when you make pasta, when I make pasta I use this as well. And then it like folds down, so it's like a space saver. And yeah, that's pretty much my my equipment. Oh, another thing too that's really handy is this lovely electric wine opener, where you just put it on top of your wine bottle and make it work, and it helps you open up a wine bottle with cork that's not a screw top. Okay, so putting all my stuff away here, so I'll come into my tourniquet kind of cupboard. throw my mix on so I'm not rolling everywhere. Spinning this around. I'll put that up there. Store it. This back around, and then coming down, putting the bowls away. And then my strainer away as well. I actually only store my strainer. Touchless, nice and easy with the handles and stuff, the zap straps. And take my wheel brakes off, close this bad boy, and then putting my fork and knives and stuff in there. I normally have like my measuring cups and garlic press and all my other stuff, utensils that I normally in here. Coming down here, I normally have my, again, like different oils and my chia and seeds and stuff, and again using like mason jars that I've used to and adapted them as well. And then the lids, because they're easy to just kind of use your teeth and unscrew them that way. Another jar that I've used that's pretty handy is my flip jar. It's like an old mustard jar, but you can get those jars at any kitchen store, or I think Canadian Tire might have them as well. But you just go underneath and flip it. Just easy to, like canning jars kind of, and then easy to put on back on as well. And then use some zap strap to tie them on. And then my last drawer at the bottom has all my Tupperware and storing components. If I need to store anything in the fridge or freeze anything. So I have all my stuff in there. Also my Ziploc bags and stuff are down here. Coming back here. So in terms of my lids, so I've actually screwed this lid holder in my cupboard. So it's just easy to store your lids in there if you need to. No abs, no problem. I also have, so just underneath the sink here, I have some of my compost, not my compost, my recycling, so my wine bottles, milk jugs and stuff, that's just in a bin down there. I also have a couple cats, so that's where I store their food. And then any extra like cleaning products I have in here, in this little drawer as well. I think I got this from IKEA as well, where I have all my extra kitchen stuff, extra cleaning products, my dishwasher detergent as well. continuing with my recycling devices, I also have a lovely compost box that's down here. So for my compost, it's just got a handle at the back here, so it's easy to grab on here and bring up if I need to. Oh. And I can just open it pretty easily as well. A lot of the times actually I'll have it on my prep station and then I'll just like throw that stuff in there as I go. So the handle really helps with that. And then coming into here, I have this wonderful, again, IKEA contraption where I separate my paper and my plastics. And then it's got like a little button up thing so you can just take it on and off if you need to go and actually do your recycling. Tucks back in. And then on the side here I have my lovely electronic garbage where you just wave at it and it opens up to throw things out. Also something that I really love, as you can notice, is my tea. So this is just my tea station here. And then I also have the tea state, like my tea cupboard and stuff too. Like it's also like a wine holder. And then I put my pails at the very bottom as well. For my tea, so one thing that I have is just a kettle, and just put it down here. There's the handle, and then it doesn't actually get hot on the actual kettle. So it's easy to take the kettle on and off when the water's hot and put it on my tray and go pour my tea out. I'll do a special video on my tea and coffee prep as well. And then you just have a little button that you put on to boil your tea. Okay, so this is pretty much my kitchen setup. So if you have any question or comments, please put them down below. There's also a description button where I've put the breakdown of the video and also the equipment that I've been using. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.